Alright, kano kyemmanyi abasinga temwakalabye naye nga wendiwo okubanga mbategeeza ekigenda mu maaso gwe atasobodde kulaba always nzirako emabega. Olunaku lw'ejjo Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Bobi Wine nga tannaba kwolekera district ya Jumani gye yakubye lwale ye yasoose ku mukutu ogumu ogwa radio mu district era eya Jumani. And of course wano we yaviriddeyo n'ategeeza bannayuganda mu bigambo bye yabadde sitalina bigambo biwoomu eri omukulu amanyikibbwa nga General Moses Ali omu ku babaka abatwala district ya Ajumani. Njagala towulirize okwogera kwa Kyagulanyi we yabadde ku radio emu mweyo district. Tukomewo, subscribe.
Question. You see, even General Museveni, when he was coming to power, he spoke like I spoke. He was probably even more eloquent. I'm not asking people to trust me. I'm not asking people to trust in my ability to change their lives. I'm asking them to trust in their abilities. We hold ourselves accountable, not when we get to power, but even now. What we demonstrate now is exactly what we will do when we get to power. When you look around me, the leader, you will see the image of Uganda. You will see the Nubians, you will see the Banyankole, you will see the Acholi, you will see the Luparas, you will see all of Uganda. Even when we are constrained and limited, for example, when we come to northern Uganda, they beat us, they block us, they stop us from reaching people so that they can still feed us into their narrative of being only belonging to Buganda region or to below the Karuma. That is intentional. But one thing that I can say is that in the new Uganda, we want to empower the people so that the people can decide. The people know exactly what they want. They just need to be empowered, what they want, not what the leaders want. We've said it many times that we want to reduce the power of the president, and we also want to reduce the power of the so-called politicians by empowering the people. You see, every time the people know their rights, every time the people know their power, you can no longer bully them. You can no longer undermine them. That is what we want to do. I don't want it to be about me. No, I want to give the power back to the people so that even me, myself, if I turn around and bring nonsense, the people can kick me the hell out because they will be empowered. And not just me, but every other politician. We want to reduce the leaders to servanthood. Yes.
Let's have the translation, quick one, and of course we get to the concern of the listener out there who is following Ed 9.1.
Mbojo tatangudri, ozi lazia ugu, lazia na bidere deni, alueri aya tekare diarunza kusasi, kyo jota o video zo ane ya ni oduo o pilira azugorera Uganda dream. Bazi pia ngua ni ani kaki tabasori jo, atangua izole banire. Anyaria ongobako joa nindrea zoma izie okwa ya nini mori na naira ke ya kare tsotana jole rite ondopale kare aniko ongo Andrea zugo driarufu Uganda drisojo ana olore ondo amamba ani driaruri ojo zo mori okwa ya nini ra ani katali ani retsoki at the end of the day ideta zikoro etsoro against padriarui at the moment ani olani kojobani ama ani katari de pani kusa ani kide ani iniko kide abayo tele trozo tani delero talet ki ondo ala kare aniko pa Uganda kare mu kare aloga kaki jo loku akwe nyini mori dira kinyi misuse mori amabale nyini rira kola amazenyiti ki amide ingoni de aru kiatika kare alogasi very briefly kazi ambe joleri in summary pitasti angurpi ari kizoara.
All right, a quick one. You want to add something because I need to get to the concern of the listener out there. All right, thank you so much. The number is also 5578-772 is the number, and you can get your phone and speak to His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi. If you have a burning question out there you want to ask to us, and then get to your phone. Our number is 2 area. Kima ilere Jonya Quira Nyolongbe quick. Amalabas the Sola Zirase Nyolongbe straight to your question. Ausiro Mandrama, the Bastirisa, Econingone Kejo, Yene disagreement no say ya Iwofi, another the Banjala Rega, and so act with respect so that we shall respond to you with respect. Aman FM. Okay. Okay. All right. Aman FM. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, this is not good from Central One.
The name once again?
This is not good from Central One.
You was welcome.
Yeah, can I talk to the question?
You bring your question. It's getting you.
Yeah, we are trying to fight against lesbians in Uganda and gays. So how are you going to be able to fight against that? Yet the number of lesbians and gays is increasing among the after youth.
All right, thank you so much. Aman FM. Hello. Yes, please. Yes, what is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm from Entebbe,
The name once again? Hello? Oh, this one has disappeared. Aman FM.
Hello?
Yes, Ade Wase.
Atitri Zoka.
Atitri Zoka Sikaribo.
Tamema Andrele Diaroi, Imba Mari Corazon, Tiamala Corazon, Kamet Yamari, Asman, Liaro Yandrata.
Hello? Are you there? Yes. Oh. I want to film. Hello? Am I ready?
Yes, you're talking with Rasta Masara.
Rasta from where?
Tanjiri.
Tanjiri, yes, Rasta, speak to us.
Yeah, I want to ask you, Bobi, what is the question?
Straight to your question.
Yeah, like ask you for.
Rasta, you'll get your answer. Am I FM?
Hello?
Yes, please. Are they? Stephen Karibo. Office in Upuri. Okay. Aban FM. Yes, please. Yes, Amanyari Ading was it? Badman Tandali Karibo. Yolo Boni Fruledi. Okay. Okay. Hello? Amani?
Yes, hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I think what say? Bismarck Karibo. Anjo Busi.
Comando Bani, I'm not looking at the weapons. That's the way to Toro. There is no element like Alemolo, Dana, and but
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Hello. The second last caller, Amani.
Yeah, this is Raymond from Ajumane, within Ajuman town.
Raymond, you're most welcome.
Oh.
Yes, we're getting you loud and clear.
Yeah, I want to give thanks to our President Chagulan for coming to Juman. I wanted to find just have one concern. How can we exactly trust him? Exactly, we the youth who wanted to even given it to have the people power, and we are ready to excel and to change, to bring a change. So we need to know how can we get the ticket to show up here, the new supporters and a new aspirants in this district. That's my question to him, and he's most welcome. We are there. His vote is with me.
Right. The last person in here. Amani? I'm a player at Ingwasi. Yes, Karibo.
Kilo bandri amazmande arnere ngo lijo di jane o jane amana dodia asuni ametamdare dare eri ave atoni ametamdo area to kati de dare are ebwe ngo ta mane dao so jadi amandi are ya maritia ko atuna aro aso to de dare ko baro bare.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. I think those are some of the concerns from the listeners out there. Our time is really running out, so we need to get to those concerns. I think we need to start with this one from Komakech. Is speaking about the compensation, the war victims, and as well the conflict between the Acholi and the Madi around the upper land there. As they trust you with their vote, how are you going to resolve that issue? And then Raymond is speaking about, he wants to know do you have an office in Germany? If at all, maybe he wants to acquire a ticket to one member party. And question about office. And then Badman Tandali, he says the current regime has initiated PDM, which has separated their families. Women are taking different direction, men are taking different direction. If they give you their vote, go and enact a new mechanism of eradicating poverty by giving tools from them instead of giving them money, which is going to turn away people's attention. Stephen's concern is as the same as Bismarck and Raymond about office, whether you have an office. The party has an office in Germany where they can have some of the tickets and as well be registered. And then Atid's issue is corruption. He says the regime is just like you said, corruption is in every corner. So how are you going to really work on that? And then Edema from Zoka said maybe he was speaking directly to the likes of Ijo. They should really make this issue of Zoka and Upper clear to you, because last time when they paid attention to the incumbent, they didn't get a clear to that. So they really want to get something from you onto that.
Thank you. I start with the cattle compensation. It should not just cattle compensation. You see, during the war, and I must make it very clear, all these wars were instigated by Museveni. Personal benefit. So many people lost their property, from West Nile to Acholi land, to Lao, to Teso, to Buganda. I was in Luweru recently, where Museveni fought from. 500,000 people died, where people's property was destroyed and cattle was eaten by Museveni rebels. But 40 years down the road, every 5 years they bring new promises. It's the same thing in Acholi, same thing in West Nile here. Every 5 years there are compensation or there are promises, which promises never materialize. I must mention that companies have been done. Representatives from these communities have been sent numerous times. It has been agreed, but not implemented. Our duty is going to just be implementation. We said it, that we are going to rebuild war-torn areas, affected areas, and compensate those that lost their property. That we mean, that we shall do. Another asked about PDM, which turned into a nightmare, and whether we're going to have other alternatives. First and foremost, I'll say that the 1 trillion shillings that is spent in PDM is just a marketing gimmick. It's a campaign gimmick by Museveni. Museveni has no interest to uplift the people of Uganda from poverty, because that is his trade. If the people of Uganda come out of poverty, then he will no longer have control over them. He will no longer be able to give one yellow t-shirt to a person and 5,000 shillings and get them to vote for him. The people will be thinking critically. They'll be asking for better and demanding for better, because human nature is always progressive. Therefore, for those that have received PDM money, good for you. But even better for you, that in a new Uganda, you will not have to pay back that money. Museveni just want to indent you, to make you have debts, to be like you have in Uganda, they call it a banja. To Muri, to make sure you have his Muri. That is not going to be the case in a new Uganda, because that is your money. However, we are going to ensure that we devise better means that don't just give handouts, but they give a hand up. Ugandans are workers. Ugandans are innovative. Ugandans are entrepreneurial. The most entrepreneurial population in Africa. Unfortunately, all the businesses, the small businesses that are created, 75% of them don't live up to 1 year. Why? Because high tax rates, high interest rates, broken down infrastructure system, especially transport, makes it hard for them to conduct business. We are going to fix that. If we lower the taxes, if we lower the interest rate whereby people can borrow, unfortunately, the government is the big able to fix these situations. We want to create where people can thrive. Our people are not beggars. No. We are not supposed to be beggars. But you see, Museveni is reducing everybody into a beggar, including the musicians who are stars of this country. So that way, we shall be able to create a conducive business atmosphere where people don't have to be indebted, where people don't have to be borrowing from the state, but uplifting themselves by their own stripes. Yes, lack an office in Germany, and that together with my comrades, we shall ensure that we work upon it. Of course, work under tough conditions. You must have seen on the news what they did to our office. The military came, closed roads on both sides, deployed soldiers and brought goons to vandalize our office. Same to Arua, same to many offices. But exactly. So we keep going amidst these challenges. We are only hoping against hope, but we shall ensure that we tick that box. Also, my brother Atidri talked about corruption. Corruption has to be rooted out ruthlessly. Yes. Corruption is a cancer that is killing us. I told you our problem is no longer ignorance, poverty, and disease. It is corruption. And when we deal with corruption, we will have dealt with half of our problems. And the chief priest of corruption is Museveni. So we have to kick that old man out. And we'll be kicking corruption out. Finally, on unemployment, not finally, about unemployment and unemployability. Our people are unemployed and they're also unemployable. They don't have the skills and they don't have the jobs. We have a short run and a long run